Power Rangers is honestly magical, full of memorable characters, suits, villains, morphers, megazords, you name it. The franchise has been going on for 30 years now, and has always existed for one reason, and one reason only. To sell toys. Yeah, come on, Power Rangers is the perfect toy commercial. You see your favorite Ranger wielding this awesome weapon, and you're like, hey, I want that. Well, now you can. Power Rangers toys are just as beloved and nostalgic as the TV show itself. Whenever a new season would drop, you knew you'd be in for some really cool toys. And being a Power Rangers fan my entire life, over the years, I've accumulated a few. So today I wanted to discuss and show off some Power Rangers toys from my childhood and beyond. Give a little throwback to the old days and just gush about my nostalgia. Now, content warning, I guess? Some of these toys have seen better days. While they are vintage, they are the ones from my childhood. Some of them are over 30 years old, and as a kid, I'd naturally make them fight and they'd break a little bit. So yeah, if that doesn't bother you, then I hope you can enjoy this nostalgic trip down memory lane. Hello, and welcome to my carpet, classic carpet shot. So what we're gonna do is just go through all the Power Rangers toys I happen to own. So I decided to tackle this. We're gonna start from the beginning and work towards the end. So let's start with the Mighty Morphin ones. All right, starting off with the classics here. Oh yeah, you could tell that these were played with throughout my youth. These are the iconic flip head ones. I only have Zach and Billy. Billy, for some reason, has been through much worse. I mean, what? Listen, before you start judging, I was a kid, right? The whole thing is that I make them fight all the time, and so I play a little rough. They miss body parts. What is cool about them is that despite missing a couple of limbs, the head flippers still work perfectly fine. The paint's a little damaged and worn off, but yeah, these are like the iconic Power Rangers toys. Whenever anyone thinks of Power Rangers toys or a collectible, they are thinking of the flippers, the head flippers. I don't know why I only have these two. I guess a funny fact is that these toys obviously have like male builds. They look like guys. Kimberly and Srini, they also had these builds. It was the same thing in the SNES video game. They just had one mold and they said, yeah, girl, guy, it doesn't matter. But surprisingly, yeah, these things still work. They go well. Do I regret busting them up a little bit? Of course, but you know, that's the nature of toys when you're a kid. You know, you're not putting it on the shelf like an amiibo collection. You're making them fight the monsters and creating the most epic storylines known to mankind. It's Morphin time. Boom. Perfectly functional, perfectly fun, the shiny, high quality toy. Yeah, these are great. Now, up next is the Morpher. This is not one from the 90s. This is a, what was it, like a legacy collection thing? This thing was pretty expensive. It's really good. This is some high quality stuff. Let me knock it on the microphone. That is pure metal, this thing. The coin comes out. I have the dragon coin in there, and this thing is just so high quality. It's heavy. I think I have a battery in this thing. Let's see. Oh yeah. So yeah, you morph and you go, it's morphin time, and you know, Dragon Zord. Yeah, simple as that. I always preferred the action figures as a kid, you know. I wasn't a fan of like the morphers or the weapons. I like the action figures because I like to make them fight and break each other. I'm glad I got this as an adult, because if I had something like this as a kid, 100% I would have destroyed it. I know they made morphers in the 90s. There's no way they were this quality though. They definitely were like, they must have been cheap plastic. I have no way of proving that. To readily sell this to kids at a Walmart, there's no way you could only sell the $60 metal version. I have the Tiger Zord coin somewhere. I don't know where though. I also have the, I don't want to pull it out right now, I'll just get a different shot. The Dino Zord. That thing is super high quality, dude. Like, I don't know. That thing, I think, was like, I got it as a gift. I think it was $200 or so. Insane. I don't know if it's worth $200, but the quality of that thing, the sword is super big. It's a really high quality toy. The box it came in was super impressive too, so what can you do? Here's something that definitely did not come out in the 90s. On the surface, it's just a MMPR Red Ranger head, but just like the action figures,
if you flip it open, how do you flip it? There you go. If you flip it open, it's a game. It's a Mighty Morphin plug and play. It's got the epic thing where the joystick is on the right side. I guess if you're a left-handed gamer, you finally got representation. I'm not going to show off any for this video because I may or may not be working on a video that involves Power Rangers and video games, so be on the lookout for that in the future. But it's a pretty cool thing. I think I probably got this as a Christmas gift, probably from a Walmart, but it's cool. I've never seen this anywhere really, anyone's collection. I'm not saying it's rare, but here it is. Now, I don't know what happened in my childhood, but I have zero Zeo or Turbo toys. Don't ask me. I was 3. I didn't buy them. So moving on, we have in space. First off, we have the classic, the Morpher. I actually didn't have this as a kid. I bought this on Ranger Board. Yeah, I bought this from there. The wrist strap is very tight. It's obviously made for kids, not old man me. When I first bought it, I was in like middle school, I think, and I wore it a lot. Let me just put it like that. I wore this thing as much as humanly possible. Never took it off. I was at home. I'd be like, doing chores or doing homework. I'd be wearing this thing just in case you needed it. You never know when you're gonna have to bust it out. Up next, we have the, what are these things called? Galaxy gliders. I don't have the figure. I don't know where it is. I remember having it as a kid. I guess I must have just lost it or something. But it also transforms, in Zane's case, I don't know if the other toys did it. It would make sense if they did. It turns into the cycle, the motorcycle. 2-in-1, classic. I unfortunately can't show off much of it though, because I don't have the toy to put on top of it. Well, that's not true actually. I do have these. I don't know why. I've had these since I was a kid. These are straight up the exact figures from the 90s, but they're still in one piece because I never made them fight because they were the girl toys, I mean, you can't blame me. I was a little boy. I wanted the Guy Rangers. So why I got Cassie and Ashley, honestly, beyond me. It blows my mind why I only got these, but it's funny. But they're all still in one piece, which I think is really cool. They're definitely pronounced, if you want me to call it that. Alright, now we got the big boy, the Mega Voyager. I also bought this on Ranger Board. Once I found out about that forum, it was like a fan forum, and there was like people selling stuff, I was like, oh, does anyone have this? I put out a post, and yeah, I gave a stranger my money when I was in like the 6th or 7th grade. I always wanted this one as a kid. By the time I was kind of growing up, I think Power Rangers in Space came out when I was 3, so I obviously had VHS recordings that I watched years later. So by the time I was like, oh, that is cool, it wasn't in stores anymore, and I could never find it. So when I finally got my hands on it, this was the first Zord I ever got that like I was able to build, actually put it together like a Zord is supposed to. Shoutouts to whoever sold me this on Ranger Board. Now, while I didn't have the Mega Voyager as a kid, I did have the Mega Winger. And you can tell this is vintage because it's once again got that Super Nintendo pea yellow stain. I don't know why. The wings are perfectly white still, but the whole body is, weirdly colored. Yeah, man, this is a classic. The Mega Winger. There it is. Of course, you just... Oh, well, there it goes. That's what happens when pieces are loose and I play with it as a kid. But yeah, it comes apart as it's supposed to, just like in the show. The hands will come out right here. Oh yeah. Oh, and the head pops out. Perfect. There we go. The blaster is also somewhere, I promise. I didn't lose that. A part of me appreciates the wear and tear, the yellow, the off color. It feels vintage. It feels like it's mine and mine alone. I obviously really loved the Silver Ranger. I'm happy about it. There we go. Just like in the show, Wing Blaster, bang bang, classic toy. Also, what blew my mind was in the show, the wings can come off the Mega Winger, and it can go inside the Mega Voyager. Instant game changer. It blew my mind that these two things were compatible. Although it makes sense, that's what they did in the show. Why wouldn't the toys be like that too? Alright, up next we have Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Now, I guess as a fun fact, when I was working on the video, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy was like the most viewed Power Rangers ever up to that point. It beat Mighty Morphin. It had more toy sales, more toys released. I had no idea, but hey, you learn something new every day. So here I have Leo inside the, what the hell are these things called? The Jet Jammers? Is that Lightspeed Rescue? I don't even remember, but this poor guy, let me get him out of here. He took the most abuse as a kid. I don't know why, but he is missing both of his arms. His leg had like a bootleg screw job. Like we tried to put a screw through it to fix it. There's one through his other leg too, so his joints don't bend. This guy is hanging on by a thread. The Jet Jammer works though. That's not busted, which must be nice, but yeah, this is really cool. There's probably missiles here, but look at the condition of Leo. You expect me to have the little missiles lying around somewhere? He's got the Lights of Orion though, which is pretty cool, I'll be honest. Probably the best power-up. Let me know. Here's another thing I had, the Lost Galaxy Morpher. I think when I was really getting into Power Rangers, actually, it must have been during Lost Galaxy's run, because I have a good bit of Lost Galaxy merchandise, and this is one of them. You know, I don't think the battery works. I don't have a battery. I should have prepared this better. But yeah, you know, it's pretty high quality. This part has still kept up its shine, even though they never twist it in the show. The colors are still intact. The button, I think it just makes like a noise, like a or explosion noise. Now, conversely, I got this. Now, this is in very bad condition. I don't know what happened to the colors right here, but it looks like I ripped it off. I don't know why I would have done that. It's obviously cheaper. It's way more hollow. This isn't even shiny. It doesn't spin. What's the deal with this? As a kid, I always noticed that, like, oh, it's got like a little sensor right there, so it must just be a stupid laser pointer. But no, the Morpher is actually compatible with this. It's a very big, you know, Lost Galaxy. It's Leo. You could see on his chest right here that it's got the flippy head thing. So inside here, you can see, oh yeah, that's horrifying. There's Leo just chilling in there. So it's a head flippy thing, and this controls it. So you're supposed to hit this button and it flips. Now, as a kid, I would always just like forcefully jank it, and I would brute force his head to come out, which works because I haven't broken it. But yeah, it's just supposed to be a quick mechanical flip of the head, which is really cool. He's also missing a hand. Now, even if I had batteries, you'd put it in here. I don't know where the batteries go in this guy. You know, there's no like, hey, put the batteries in Leo here. I don't know. Oh yeah, this thing was definitely like part of so many fights. He's way taller than your average action figure, so I still have the Quasar Saber, which I am honestly shocked by. But yeah, as a kid, I was always like, how come this Morpher's way cooler and this one sucks? And then, you know, it wasn't until years later I realized, oh, one's actually a Morpher. I got this. It's a Lost Galaxy keychain. You could probably put it on your backpack, but it's still got its limbs. I think when it had a working battery, you could hit the chest and his eyes would light up. It's not like a laser pointer, but it would just light up. That's cool. You know, it's nothing crazy, but this is just a remnant of like the 90s. You know, it's not something that you see in a lot of people's collections just because it's a random knickknack, but it's really cool. I don't know what this is. It's the Toro Zord, obviously, missing an arm, classic me. But its fists are gone. I believe, if I recall correctly, you would hit the bottom of his little hoof here, and it would shoot out like a little missile. Like his fist would fly out like a flying power punch. But it doesn't transform. It's really stiff. It feels a little bootleggy. I don't know if this is official. The most you could do is like turn its head, and now it's the bull. You know, like, it's cool. It was a big part of my childhood, but again, I don't know what you are. What are you supposed to do? You're just here chilling. All right, now this always pissed me off as a kid. Excuse him, he's missing a leg. Why were like the toys starting to be bulky? Like Kai looked nothing like this. Kai was not a beefed up roid head. I had this as a kid, and I honestly just hated it because I prefer when the Power Rangers are slender and more athletic and limber, not muscle men. Yeah, look at that. That's real. He came with this. I believe, I don't want to force it in because I never figured out how to do it as a kid and I don't want to break it. I don't recall Kai ever having a spinny axe, but yeah, you know, it spins. It somehow still works. You would just put it in his hand, and yeah, this is classic Kai from Lost Galaxy. He weighed 315 pounds of pure muscle, and he had the spinning axe. This is proof that, like, yeah, we ran out of toys to sell, so we just created new weapons and new characters. This is not the Kai you know. All right, moving on to Lightspeed Rescue. We got this damn thing again. It's Chad. Chad is the most not bulky person. He was doing the most kung fu kicks out of everybody. Though, to my credit personally, he's still in one piece. I don't know if the axe was supposed to go to him or Kai, because they're both the same build. They're both the same jacked Blue Ranger that totally did not exist back then. But yeah, he has this gun. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing another piece to him. You know, I'm not sure. All right, now we're cooking. We got Joel. Now this one is a little better, right? He's slender. He's movable. He looks like a Power Ranger. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I can find footage, this was a Happy Meal toy. I think there was only red, blue, and green Rangers because, you know, McDonald's loves segregation and making boy meals and girl meals. So if you were a boy, you obviously wanted the boy Rangers. I don't recall ever going to a McDonald's and getting this. This must have been like a garage sale thing that like my parents got me. But yet, it's for a McDonald's toy, it's honestly very high quality. I would expect it to be dense and hollow. I have a couple of those Mario Kart or Mario movie toys that are just cheap plastic that I could sneeze and break them. This feels like an action figure. He has his movable limbs, his waist moves. Like you could have plenty of battles with this toy. This is a super high quality thing for McDonald's, which you know, goes hard. Chicken nuggets and Lightspeed Rescue. What more could a man ask for? Now these are a bit more obscure. These are walkie-talkies, believe it or not. You can see right there on the chest there's holes. I remember playing with them a little bit. I even have a Spider-Man and Green Goblin one from the 2001 Spider-Man movie, and I'm pretty sure Lightspeed was around 2000, so whatever company was making those toys, they were just hopping on everything. Spider-Man, Power Rangers, they're giant action figures who you hold this button down on their sides, they're blasters, and you speak. You go, hello, there's a reading. And you hit and then the person on their other side hits it. They hit their side. You go, hello, yes, I can hear you. They didn't work too well. I would be in one room and my brother would be in the other, and we could barely hear each other. I think, I don't know. To get a better signal, you had to hold up their arms like this was the antenna. I think. I don't know if I was just gaslit into thinking that, but it's cool. They're fun little walkie-talkies. If you don't want to use them for walkie-talkies, you could just make them fight, which is what I often did because I'm not looking to have a walkie-talkie session. I'm here to make the Power Rangers fight. Alright, it's time for Time Force. I don't really have that much. I have the Chrono Sabers, that's right, a little bit of them. It's obviously, it's seen better days, it is bent to all hell, it's busted right here. But what's cool is I do have the other saber, but you know, just like in this show, they're supposed to be able to connect like this, and then I can't even get a good angle with this. They're supposed to be connected together. I'll put up footage, obviously, if you know what it looks like. It's a double saber, you're fighting, you could break them apart, bam, bam, bam. You know, it's got a trigger right here. Again, no batteries, did not come prepared. But it makes a noise, it makes a slashing noise, so you could fight and hit it, you know, you can work on your choreography. And you could switch the Ranger's tips on the second blade. So I have Wes's right here, but you just yoink it out. Maybe, there it is. I also have the Blue Ranger. What's his name? Lucas. I remember. So yeah, you know, interchangeable tips. These were great cosplay things, or just playing, but obviously, like, I break my action figures, you know, you don't think I'm gonna break the thing that I'm supposed to actually be swinging really hard against, you know? I'd be hitting trees and stuff thinking they're monsters, and oops, my toy's broken, but yeah, these things were really cool. Now, we've been on a good streak. I've been able to hit most seasons, apart from Zeo and Turbo. I have no Wild Force things. I don't know why. There's times I'm probably into Power Rangers as a kid, and my parents got me stuff for my Christmas, and my birthday and Christmas, but with Wild Force, nothing. I never gotten Wild Force stuff. But now we're reaching new territory. We got the Disney seasons, Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Now, this was actually my younger brother's, because, you know, I was getting a little too old, so they didn't get me anything, but he got this. I have not seen Ninja Storm yet as of recording this video. I'm going to be watching it for my, you know, series I'm doing on YouTube. Does this happen? Because I got this as a kid, when he got this as a kid, it was insane because it's the Yellow Ranger, but you flip him around, it's a bear with a machine gun or a wolf or something. Does this happen? This definitely looks like an American creation because he's so jacked. And I don't know what you're supposed to do here. Like, you could put his head in, right? So his head is gone, but you can't move this all the way up. So it's like, I don't really know what's going on here. It's a weird toy. You can give him wolf legs. He's missing a hand and an arm. But this part just confuses me. It comes apart kind of. I am in awe with this action figure. This screams overdone, over-designed American toy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way this happens in the show. This 100% was made for an American audience. Now, let's take a break from official Power Rangers. That's right, we have bootlegs, or at least a bootleg. I got this. Power Force. Classic show. You know, obviously came out during Ninja Storm's run. They have the Ninja Storm suits, right? You got the pink Ninja Storm Ranger, which is kind of cool to see in an art design. Yellow, blue, red, you know, crimson, navy. You got them all right here. You have all the Rangers right here. They look kind of high quality for bootleg Rangers, right? Well, believe it or not, I actually still have these toys. Here we go. There they are. Now, something you'll notice with these toys is that they don't look like these ones. For example, you can see right here, they have extendable or, you know, movable joints in their legs, like most toys do. These ones do not. They do not have, their arms move kinda, and they are Ninja Storm themed, but these things are so hollow. Like, here, listen to this. I am surprised they are still in one piece. These feel like McDonald's toys. These feel just absolutely terrible. Now, complaint number 2 I have, let's look at the Rangers compared to the box. We have the Blue Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, the Red Ranger. Okay, so far so good. But then we have the Green Ranger, who does not appear on the box, and the Black Ranger, who does not appear on the box. I don't know why they made 2 Rangers who don't show up on this box at all. There's no pink, no light blue, no crimson. It's insane. Get out of here. So on the bottom it says 41 piece play set. So there's 41 pieces here. So, you know, you got your Ranger and you just have like plastic little things that you can clip onto them. They had the Lights of Orion claws, you know, like the thing they get right there. And they had like swords. I can't find a lot of them. They were even flimsier than this. And they only came in red and blue. So it was like, you have all these other colors, but only the red and blue ones had actual colors. But yeah, you know, it's interesting. It's genuinely I know I'm kind of dogging on it, but it is a fascinating piece of like bootleggery. So they have the Ninja Storm mask, and they're obviously Ninja Storm designed, but they have the I don't know if you can't even really see it. It's the In Space logo, the big gold square with the V. So it's the In Space belts with the Ninja Storm outfits, And all of their upgrades were Lights of Orion based. There were shoulder bands you could put on, like the Lights of Orion jewels, another belt, the claws. It was just the Lights of Orion. So they mixed 3 seasons all in one. So shout outs to Power Force. Whoever you are, I hope you're still around, believe it or not. Please send me more Power Force stuff. I love the Power Force. Moving on to more official pieces, we have Dino Thunder toys. You know, around this time, it was 2004-ish, 2005 was whenever Dino Thunder was around. I was in like the 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade. I was getting to that point where I was like, I'm too old for Power Rangers. So my collection from here kind of starts to lack, for, you know, lack of a better word. So here we have, you know, I think they're Super Dino modes. One is normal, one is golden. I don't know if he does both, but yeah, they're fun little action figures. Great, they're still in one piece. Because I wasn't 4 when I got them, I was like 12 or something, so I was a little more cautious not to just break them entirely. Which leads us to SPD, Mystic Force, Operation Overdrive. Nothing. I was in middle school by this time, so even more I was not watching Power Rangers. I wasn't getting Power Rangers toys. My parents didn't want to buy me toys when I was in the middle school, which is fine, I understand. But things slowly started to change. Here we got a Jungle Fury figure. He looks weird. Casey looks a little messed up. So I'm missing more of the pieces. I don't know where they are. I'm trying my best. But they're like Megazord pieces of the Jungle Fury Zord that attach onto Casey. So you could take them all off, and he's just a regular action figure. But you have the 5 pieces. I'm obviously missing a couple of them. And he turns into the Zord. So I have an arm and 2 legs. Cost you an arm and 2 legs. So what I'm missing is the chest piece and helmet and the other arm. I know it's somewhere, but yeah, this thing's really cool. I actually would love more of these. Like, I would love a Mighty Morphin Red Ranger that can wear the Thunder Zord or something. That would be really sick. Which now leads us, again, to the Neo Saban era. So around 2009 or whenever RPM was around, I had a renewed interest in Power Rangers, but I was an angry teenager. I thought Saban was better, these Disney seasons suck. In 2010, when Saban purchased Power Rangers again and said, hey, Power Rangers is back and it's gonna be on Nickelodeon, I thought, we are so back, baby. And Saban marketed the hell out of Power Rangers Samurai. There were commercials non-stop promoting it. They were in the Macy's Day Parade. There were commercials like at 6 p.m. at Nick at Night. Like, they did not care. They were pushing this thing everywhere. They had so many commercials and toys that were released for Samurai for a season that was kind of mid, but we'll get there when we get there. I had a renewed interest in Power Rangers, and my parents were kind of like, oh yeah, I do remember you like Power Rangers. Okay, so we were all kind of on the same page again. So I started to get toys again. You know, this is the classic Walmart one. He comes with a spin sword and a fire smasher. Yeah, I don't know where they are, but I know I have them somewhere. Again, I got it as a high schooler, so definitely none of these toys should be broken anymore. These things should be actually in good condition. There is no reason for these toys to be messed up, so this is a classic. I got the Samuraizer right here, right? Bam! It's a piece of plastic. You know, the buttons, there's no batteries. Is there? There might be, actually. There is actually a button for batteries. I noticed this right now. Never in my 10 years have I noticed that you could move this and it makes noise. That blows my mind. I feel kind of stupid. But yeah, it's, you know, a Samuraizer. I love this thing. At the time, I was all on the Samurai train, so I thought it was so cool. They, bam, flip it open. They draw their symbols. Coolest thing in the world. And then I got a couple of miscellaneous things. You know, I got the, what the hell is this? It's the sword that controls the Zord. You pull this thing and boom, it extends. Ooh, I do. So you hit the button. Oh yeah, it makes noise, so you can go bam. Right? I don't remember what these things are called. I think they were American made for some reason. They already had the spin swords, so they had to make another sword. You know, you fold it like this. You put it in the Zord and you control it, you know? I don't know. It's cool. It's in nice condition, though. It's good cosplay stuff. And now we move on to Power Rangers Megaforce. Probably the biggest disappointment, I would say, of my entire life. And this man is to blame. This tiki-headed bastard, Gosei. No, to be honest though, this was really cool. It's the Morpher. It's not my fault they used a giant tiki head, but it was cool. You would... Oh my god, it's on. And there's a card in here. Alright, so yeah. You bust it open, you put in a card, and then you do this. Alright, whatever that means. Let's turn this off. I don't want to waste the batteries. Alright, upon further research, you can't turn this off. It's perpetually on, really? But there's an option that says on, and there's an option that says TCG. Now, the thing about Megaforce, oh Jesus, and Goseiger, was that it was card-based. I have a bunch of cards right here. So, these things are honestly the coolest thing in the world. They are cards, you know, they got like original artwork, I think, and they were all meant to be... They promoted the season, right? And I thought that they were going to use these cards, you know, in Super Megaforce. When the Rangers turn into past Rangers, they have to use the keys, but that's adapting a whole other season. So my thought here was like, okay, well, here's a, you know, what the hell, Go Ranger on this card. Maybe this is how they're gonna do it. You know, the Megaforce Rangers will turn into past seasons via these cards. Then you can also promote the cards and sell more toys. It can be like a new Pokemania if you promote it like Samurai, because Samurai had insane toy sale numbers. That's not what they did naturally. They just released these trading cards so you can play a trading card game with your friends if they happen to be into Power Rangers and also buy the cards. I don't know why they did that, because it is a genius idea. Like, you could sell more toys with this. This is how the Megaforce Rangers could turn into the new Rangers, the Legendary Rangers, is via the cards. But regardless, they're cool. I really love, obviously, the Legendary Ranger stuff. Those are the ones that look more interesting. These are the ones that I actually... Oh, that looks really sick. I haven't gone through this in a while. Yeah, like the artwork used here is insanely good. I love these things. You know, like, this is the only time Neo Saban showed Disney any love. So it was like, oh, finally, you get like a high-res Ninja Storm and Mystic Force card. There you go, I got a Mystic Force toy now. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, there's a TCG option. So if I flip it to TCG mode, maybe. Let's take you out. Let's take out Troy. We don't want Troy. And I put in, you know, a card. Let's just say it's a Casey card. Power level 1. So yeah, this is actually a pretty functional toy. I love it that it's compatible with like all the cards of past seasons. It's like Super Megaforce if it was almost kinda done right. I hate stupid Gosei, but what can I do? Well, it's what I got. After Megaforce, we had Super Megaforce. Just kidding, Super Megaforce sucks. It's not a Power Rangers toy, but hey, it's Gokaiger. It's the Japanese Sentai counterpart. It's way better. I don't care. This thing is super cool. You know, I'm just showing it off at this point. Yeah, I got a couple of Ranger keys here. I bought them. It comes with a couple, but after that I had to buy my own. And just like in Super Megaforce, it is cool to buy a bunch of them and start lining your bedroom with it. They make really cool decorations. I got some from every season. We have a Saban, we have a Disney, and then a Neo Saban. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, you put these things in here. How do I turn it on? Oh yeah. So you take the key, you flip it. Well, do I still got it? Oh yeah, look at that. Put it in. It's still really cool. They did make some in America. They made this obviously the same exact Morpher with keys, but the keys are worse. Actually, I think I have some. Alright, well I could have sworn I had some, but they're smaller than this. So I would say, like, if this is the regular Japanese key, the American ones come up to like here. It's really weird. I don't know why they, I guess to save money, but like, don't you already have these toys? You just make them speak English instead? Whatever, like, they're not as good. Just like the rest of that season, it sucks. And I'm usually not a Sentai is superior kind of guy, But here, I mean, how could I not, when this is what we're dealing with here? I mean, these are peak keys, and these are great stim toys. Legit, when I first bought these, I would just be hanging out with it, learning how to flick it open. Because it's not mechanical, there's no button. I'm showing off at this point, there's nothing. You know, they're plastic toys that, you know, you have to flip open manually. But if you get your finger just right underneath there, boom, you can do like you're in the show. Which is, it's cool. It's cool to me, I guess. Alright, Dino Charge. This was actually the last toy I got as a, you know, a Christmas present. Because by this point, like, I was graduated with high school. I'm done with school by this point, right? So, this was just like a, you know, here's a fun little Power Rangers thing. But after that, I stopped getting toys. It's the Morpher. It's really cool. The capsule is in here. I see it in there. I don't know how to get it out, though. Yeah, I genuinely don't know how to get it out. It's in there. The little capsule charger. T-Rex charger. I don't know how to get it out, but yeah, it's a cool thing. You know, if you're into the Sentai, you can do the dance. It makes noise. Does this thing even... Does it make noise? Honestly, after Super Megaforce, I was so disappointed in Power Rangers. I just totally skipped Dino Charge. I've heard it's good, but I was like, if they can't get this anniversary season right, handed to them on a silver platter, how can they get anything else right? So I really stopped being a fan of Power Rangers by this point. So I have no Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, what's after that? Beast Morphers. I don't have anything of that because I was so disenfranchised. But yeah, that was my Power Rangers toys collection, you know? I hope you had a fun time. I tried to keep it as real as I could. I thought about scripting the video, but I realized it would just be much easier if I just spoke from the heart, since these are toys and experiences from my childhood. You know, these are the things I grew up with. So yeah, it was easy to just ramble on and pulling out, you know, I didn't have a lot of the famous toys. I didn't have a lot of them that were in good shape. It's just a realistic look at a collection. So let me know what you think. I hope you were able to enjoy the video, and leave a comment down below or tag me on Twitter and Instagram showing off your collection. I'd love to know your favorite toys or action figures or whatever. Thanks for watching. Mwah.